This morning, I decided to watch my friend Ashley's YouTube videos, and we've been friends for like almost a year now, and I know she's been making YouTube videos this entire time, but I have never watched them. I'm not really a YouTube person. I turn on YouTube when I like need to know how to do something. Like YouTube is very a DIY place for me, like how to that's where I learned how to train Indy. I watch dog training videos all the time. If I need to, like when I was teaching myself how to put my camper onto the car for the first time, like I watched a YouTube video. If I need to like learn a specific skill, that's where I go. I've never really gone for like vlogs, or I know my sister is like obsessed with like home renovation, home decor, and like seeing how people decorate everything. Absolutely have never thought, or I go use it for workout videos. Like if I want to do like a Pilates workout or a strength at home, like HIIT workout, or yoga, if I want to like find some good yoga. So I've never like gone on YouTube and watched someone's life story, which is really funny because now I'm starting to upload things like that myself, but I don't watch them. And I don't know why that is. Maybe because I don't have any skills to teach people, but hopefully you can learn something from my life. But yeah, so I was watching Ashley's YouTube video this morning. And I was sitting there and I was thinking about it, and I was like, this is something that I could do. Not her style, because she's absolutely beautiful at making vlogs are like her thing. She does all these different like angles and things like that. But I've been doing a lot of spoken word TikToks. I don't know if spoken word's the right word. Basically for years now, when I feel the urge to get something out, but I haven't had anyone to talk to, I'll type a note app in my phone. I do have a journal. I only use it when I make myself use it, which is really funny because otherwise I'm just like journaling on my phone. It's the same thing. I would just grab a pen. But it's something that got me through my last relationship because I didn't feel safe enough to talk to him about anything. So when I had these emotions and I wasn't allowed to show them, because he would get upset, I would write them down. And it over time kind of evolved, and I started sharing them when relevant as captions on my business Instagram account. Just when it had something to do with like climbing or the outdoor community or something that was impacting my business, I would start sharing them there. And then when I gained a TikTok following, I occasionally shared them more. But over the past few months, I've been wanting to share them more and more and really getting into it, and just really enjoying the community that relates to these things, and the fact that I'm not alone. And even though I'm writing these captions in moments when I feel like I don't have anyone to talk to, or I feel like I need to get something out, and then realizing that like I don't know if anyone relates to any of them, but I just kind of feel the urge to share, and I want to share. And I figured doing longer style YouTube videos could be a really fun way to share some of those more complex thoughts, those longer like stream of consciousness that I don't get to share in a 60-second TikTok. So I'm not gonna do a lot of vlogs. I'm not gonna do them often. I have lovely roommates, so I'm not gonna film things around my house. But like just little clips throughout the week that I really enjoy. And maybe some spoken word, like journaling over top as a voiceover. I don't really talk to the camera much, not because I don't like it, but just because I never know what to do with my body, and I always feel like it's boring. It's not like visually interesting for me to be sitting in the car drinking an Olipop. These are the best too if you haven't had them. I never get the root beer. I usually get the strawberry vanilla, but this is all they had. And today I'm exhausted, super drained. And I just had a really crazy past 2 weeks of traveling. I just got home last night. And I feel like I've been in fight or flight mode for probably the last 2 months. Before my move, when I was leaving Salt Lake, I didn't really know where I was going. I didn't have a rental. I didn't know what I was going to do. There wasn't any good options. If I was going to stay in Salt Lake and have to sign another lease, having a business makes it really hard because I need a studio to work out of. And if I don't have a studio, I don't have income. I also had a bunch of orders backed up that I needed to get done. So that was weighing on me. And just this whole conundrum of trying to figure out what I wanted. Because I love Salt Lake and I love my community there, but I knew I wasn't happy during the summer. There's just too many people for me. The mountains really feel, I was talking to someone about this the other day. They're vast. Like the Wasatch are vast. The Uintas are vast. But at the same time, they feel very commercialized and trapped. Versus when I live in Durango and the San Juans, the La Plata, I hope I say that right. Mountains feel very vast and expansive. And when you're out there, you feel small and they feel big. Versus, my phone ran out of storage. In Salt Lake, I was having a really hard time going out for the day and feeling fully rejuvenated, because on a lot of the hikes, at least close by, without driving a few hours, you can't escape from people. You feel very claustrophobic. The trailhead's full, even if you wake up. Like, I would go running sometimes at 5 a.m. and I was, it was less people, but still at least like 20 or 30 other people out there. You can always see the city, always see the road. And I really like to be out in places and feel so disconnected from society. And I really like to do that without having to drive like 6 hours in one day. And I am a backpacker and I love backpacking. But just in my day-to-day life, even if I go backpacking for a week or 2 weeks, when I get back, I still want to do day hikes like during the week while I'm working my job, because I'm not a full-time content creator. I just do it on the side. So I want to be able to do those things and have them be fulfilling and rejuvenating. And I just wasn't having that be met in Salt Lake. So I bought the camper, I bought this car, I moved to Durango, and I've just been working like crazy. I just had 2 holiday markets. So I was in Salt Lake, I was in Boise, seeing all my friends, which was lovely, but just absolutely draining. And because of all of the big changes, last month was really tight on me financially. I legitimately had to, how you keep like change in your car? That's what I used to buy groceries last month. I wasn't really eating, not like I should be as a registered dietitian who is recovered from an eating disorder. I'm very mindful about making sure my body is fed. But I didn't even drive my car for like 3 weeks because I couldn't afford a tank of gas. I really was living very tightly, and there was like 3 days before rent was due that I was like, I don't have any way to pay this. And thankfully opportunities came up and I was able to scrounge the money together, and things are looking a lot better this month. Hopefully the trend continues and I'm kind of back on my feet. But it's been really tough and exhausting to not have money. I just got health insurance last week, which is a huge relief. I've been uninsured since April. When my dad retired, I'm 25, so I was trying to mooch off of him. I turned 26 in like a week, I think. I don't know what today's date is, December 5th. But I have been uninsured and injured. I'm pretty sure I have a fractured ankle. It hurts really bad, even though I did that back in July. And now I'm finally going to be able to go to the doctor, which is a huge relief. I just had money to buy 2 bags of groceries, and I treated myself to an Olipop, which is $2. But after literally living off of quarters for 6 weeks, all I was having was, I make homemade bread, which is pretty cheap to make. Lots of beans, oatmeal, Definitely not getting all the nutrients that I need, and just stressed out beyond belief about not having money for rent. I feel like my body still hasn't realized that I'm kind of safe now. I have the money in my account right now to pay rent for the next month. I'm gonna be okay in a week when it's due. I am pretty caught up on orders. I do have some work to do, but definitely not in full stress mode. I have this brand new jacket that Stio sent me that I'm absolutely in love with. It's such a beautiful color. It makes me happy. The weather's changing. I have friends coming into town tonight. Like, a lot of good things are happening, and I feel like I can finally breathe. But I think it's going to take a little bit for my body to realize that. But yeah, so that is my spiel. If you just stayed for like 9 minutes of me talking in my car, we're going to have a good time. I can talk forever. Whenever the urge whenever the urge hits me, I'll start filming things like this and kind of doing little week, month overviews, whatever period of time. Because right now I'm still saving up money to work on the camper. So the camper videos are going to be really intermittent and then probably like all at once. I'm really trying to find companies that are willing to help me out, because I do have a following on TikTok. I know I don't have a following on YouTube. There's 200 of you know, though. Like, woohoo! I don't even know you guys. Hello. I'm Julianne. I probably should have introduced myself. I live in Durango, Colorado. I'm 25, and I'm a small business owner and content creator who likes to spend time outside with her dog, Indiana. Indiana's his nickname. His full name's Indy. I know it's backwards, but that's how it works. So yeah, now that I can afford my rent, hopefully I'll be able to start affording materials so that I can start working on the camper. Because the faster I have that done and that I feel comfortable moving in, the more money I'm going to save in the long run, because then I don't have to pay crazy rent. But I do need to have it outfitted for boondocking, because I also cannot afford campground fees, and feel comfortable and confident moving into a camper, which is wild. I never thought I would do that. I definitely was like I'm gonna live in the back of a truck person, which I did I never lived in a truck. I lived in Kia Sportage, but me and my last partner had a truck that we built out. That was pretty rad, but all in all, that would be a really difficult thing to do with a 100-pound dog. I follow someone on TikTok that does it with their tiny little dog, and they lived in a van previously with their tiny little dog, and that seems super rad. We also had a van that we built out, that he got to keep, but just not ideal for Indy, and also for me running a business. Like, I need a little bit more storage than like a small van. Like, I can't afford a Sprinter, but like a Chevy Express, which is what we had, would be too small for me to run my business out of. Same with the truck. Like, if I can't sit up in it, I can't really run a business out of it. So all in all, I would love a studio space, but until one becomes available, and also for like working on road trips and stuff, it's going to be really nice. And also to have a shower. I love showers. I, in my old age of almost 26, don't think I could go like long-term, multiple years without access to shower. When I lived in my car, I would just like shower in rivers and lakes. Like, not obviously, you know, the biodegradable soap thing. You do not use that in water. If you don't know that, leave no trace rules. Do not use soap in lakes and bodies of water. So I just didn't use soap. I had baby wipes that I would keep in my car for like any day I felt really gross. But I would just go swim. And I was like, that's clean enough. I would scrub my scalp. People at the lakes in Idaho were like, what the hell is this girl doing? But yeah, it's gonna tangent over. It's gonna be really nice to have the camper when it's ready, and I'm super excited. I have such a clear vision in my head, and it probably is not gonna end up looking as nice as it does up here, but I'm just stoked to get started. And in the meantime, / throughout the camper build, and then after when it's done, yeah, expect a little bit more person content from me, not just camper content. Okay, I'm gonna drink this and go home. Have a good day. Yes, good feeling.